Hey, it's Mike, Old Religious Dystopia. So Monday I had Josh and Biggie join me on a show, and then eventually Tex showed as well from Texas, from Porsche. If I said it right. If I didn't say it right, Tex, I'm sorry. Anyways, and one of the things towards the end, I brought up two images to share with the guys, and the first one was this one that was filmed on 4 or April the 7th at 4:29 p.m. in site GR, in which I believe, well, at least it sure looks like a Bigfoot, and what those guys pointed out, an infant was in a tree. Well, I also discovered when I second this morning, looking at it, it might be possible that Biggie was right when he said he saw a backside here, because that looks like a foot. And so if we look at this, this is the entity in question, and this is the foot in question. This is where the infant would be holding on to the adult, whatever. And there's a Bigfoot or something else. I ain't gonna tell you. But it looks like that's the cone head, and then the face, front face, chin. Looks like the bicep, and the arm, paws, or hand, the elbow, and then this might be its leg, and it might be, this leg might be going like this, maybe. I don't have good software to bring this out. I think there might be more than, text feels this is a branch, it might be so. This might be a withered arm, I might be right, I have no idea. Looks like it might be another one on top of this. It looks like it's like a big, this might just be what people call a clan of some sort, or a family. But the other side of here, there's another one here somewhere. This is just the image. There might be one here looking as well. There's like a mass of them just popping out of the tree. But anyways, there might be one looking here as well. This paws and this arm right there. But there's a foot. I don't know if it's whose foot it is, but it looks like it got toes, and it's the backside, the bottom of the foot. If this is the case, this is the rarest of rarest photos in many respects. If the subject in question is a Bigfoot, it's holding on to an infant, which you don't see too often. And on top of that, and maybe more important, we see the actual backside of the foot, the bottom of the foot. So, I don't know. We'll listen to the conversation anyways, because these are the guys that brought up the fact that that was an infant, which I thought all this was like a just massive bicep, and because it looks that way. Until someone pointed out and said, no, that's actually an infant. I think it was Biggie that's the first one to mention it. And then Josh, and then Text, he corrected me on it. I don't know. Is that a foot? If that is a foot. And there really is an infant holding on to an adult. And it's in a tree. It might be one of the most special images and one of the best images that we've got in a long time. I'm just saying. All credit goes to the Most High, the Lord of all spirits, and definitely not me. He just took me to that spot. So I'm sure that you gentlemen have not been paying attention to what I've been sharing the past week. You're busy doing your own thing, so I want to share at least one image with you guys.
Yeah, I got 2 kids. I don't have much time.
Let me get
Excuse me.
the camera here. Then I want to let's share screen. I get back to share screen because I filmed I'm pretty proud of this. I filmed this in the edge of the woods, one in a tree, and you guys are going to see this, and it's quite revealing. I think. Now, mind you, it's a distance, so it's because of the distance, it's not going to be perfect, but
It's perfect.
there's enough details that you're going to be able to see how big his freaking bicep
Ooh,
is.
that's lovely. Oh, it's like mine.
It is your brother. Who's gonna give me a hard time? Okay. Well, I'm looking for because I wasn't planning on this, but I'm like, but yeah, I bet these guys don't even know what I've been up to at all. They're so busy with their own lives and doing their own thing. So, where do we start with here? So this is the dude. I want to start with the more original picture because so that you guys know that because you know what happens. You have the cropped image, and it doesn't give anybody real perspective of what they're really looking at until they see the original image. Right. So I'll start with image 990. So 959, and then I'll go to the close up so you guys can see this little enhancement so that you know what I mean? It's important, I believe, that you see the original image, and then we go from there. So this is site GR, and this is super, super, super paranormal and squashy site. Let's see if we get this out of the way so I can see you guys and see the screen. So you can see this is a big old. These are a bunch of like silver maples, mature silver maples. So there's a stream behind it and all that. I am about 100 yards away from this place or so. And then these are pretty big trees. Some of these are at least easily 60, 70 feet, maybe 80 feet tall. So in this right here, I found one in a friggin' tree. Check this out. Filmed this Friday. You see the guy starting to pop? This is his head. One arm. This is his other arm right there.
I see something there. His backside's hanging out the other side of the tree.
No, that's something completely different. There's actually an entity right here, a spirit here. There's actually a Native American spirit but this is for another. This is his tricep, his bicep, his forearm. This is where his hand is. This is his head. Now he's jet black.
His head to me looks like it's up higher. That looks like a baby on the mama. You go up higher, it looks like a head.
This definitely. Give me a chance, bro. Give me a chance before.
Oh, that's cool. We both got one in a tree. Ha ha.
So yeah, I've seen one come out of a tree, and I've seen we all seen that, right? So it's okay.
I'll send you a picture of one at camp up in the tree right next to Biggie's hammock.
So we'll get to here, and we'll get to. So while I'm farting around finding some close-up images, he's right there. It's such a. I mean, considering the distance and where it's at. I think it's pretty. It's not like super detailed, but for considering, how it all. I'm cool with it. So we'll see if we can find some.
That's a good shot, man. Good find.
Yeah, that place, dude. I got one. I got one that literally is manifesting out of a tree, which I'll show you next if you're interested. I mean, you can see its eyes and everything. Now, whether 100% it's a Bigfoot, that's up to debate. But whatever the heck it is, because I wasn't planning on showing this. I wasn't planning on the show going down this road, but it's going down this road, so let's go with it. So, anyways, it's just the image that I tweaked it with, just the contrast, lighting, color, and all this, so you can kind of bring it out a little bit. You can definitely, this is his tricep, his bicep, his big forearm, his elbow. This other arm is withered. It's absolutely
holding a baby.
There might be a baby right there, but that's cool. I can deal with that. I can accept that. But that right there might be the baby. But that is his bicep, man. That's his deltoid right there. That is his elbow. There is his wrist. You can see his eyes. That's the cone of the shape of his head. And it's jet black, so it's hard to get great detail even in daytime. But I mean, and that was in a tree, man.
You're not
And
real criminal.
I would, I, us, any, I mean, I guess you can say it's pareidolia, but I'm not buying it. Not this one. I ain't buying that at all. That's an entity, flat out, popping out of that damn tree. And now, from distance and all that, a guy from here to this, this just leaning right here, that's about 6 feet that I know of. So it's about, I guess you may say 20 feet at least up in the air. Is it a Bigfoot? Is it? Somebody said it was something else.
Like something there to me, it looks like a mom and baby, but
Popping out.
And it looks like it's holding a baby. I mean, you can clearly see a face there.
I see the head above that little where it branches off where the stick goes up at an angle.
Oh, I wanted to hear what Tex had to say. He's like, "Oh God, he's listening." So, what do you think it is, Tex? What do you? I mean, you looked at a ton of image yourself. So
well, if I'm completely honest, when you zoom back in for a minute on the picture, yeah, that picture right there, that one right there.
Okay.
Zoom in.
Now, this is just me tweaking it and trying the best I can to kind of change it a little bit.
Okay. See, I'm with these guys. You can clearly see two faces.
You can see breasts.
Like a baby looking up. Like when you're carrying a baby in your arm and they're looking up at
you.
are
you guys saying like this is the face right here? And
that's the baby.
Well, I'll be damned. Okay. I never even think of that, but maybe that is the case.
Honestly, if you look, okay, see where right below the what we're calling the baby's chin, that light part, it almost looks like a little arm and a hand going across her chest.
Yep.
Right here?
Right.
Yep.
And this could be like another arm right there.
Holding on to her.
Yep.
Let's see what it looks like.
But I think
it's definitely a baby.
So this is
right there. That's beautiful. You can see it. Look.
This is not tweaked at all. So, and no change in color, contrast. This is just me.
It doesn't change the picture though. It's still there. It's a different color.
Exactly.
Okay. When you said the other arm is withered,
that's what that looks.
I don't think that's arm.
Okay, tell me, because maybe
I think that's a branch of some kind, because if you look, it's darker than the actual figure that we're looking at, and it goes straight through all the way down below, and it gets narrow. It tapers off as it goes down.
We can look at the original image.
I think that may be a tree branch of some kind.
We can look at the original image and see if that is the case, and that might just be the case. Yes.
That's still a hell of a capture, Mike.
What's that?
Looks like a vine.
That's still a hell of a picture, I think.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, how many times do you film one? How many times do you film one in a tree? That's my point, and the biggest point is
trees.
Well, it seems to be happening more and more. But I will say this also, and I don't know, guys. When I first looked at that picture and he blew it up, I could have swore I saw ears on the side of its head. But
you saw ears?
I almost went, man, that looks almost like a dog man.
Well,
I got good photos of a dog man.
In my area, I'm filming things that look like a cross between a Bigfoot and a dog man.
Does it have a tail?
It was no tail.
All dog men don't have tails.
Yeah, I don't see no tail.
You're right. That's why I asked if it had a tail.
no tail. And you know, we talk about the Ohio grassman. Now, that's out northeast of Ohio, but I'm in northwest Ohio, a place we're not supposed to be. I mean, I don't think there might be one or two reports, period, if anybody's seeing anything, right? So we're not supposed to be having any of this stuff, according to what the big shots are saying. And yet I'm filming it, seeing stuff, had encounters and everything. And, you know, I guess,
think there's a reason that all these big names don't have all the stuff that we're getting.
well, tell us what it is, because you've been around
I
the
don't
block.
know. I don't know, but I think there's a reason. Does that make sense?
Well, could there be possibility there's external pressures being put on them to keep them?
Well, it's no secret that when they go on TV, a lot of them have to sign non-disclosure agreements. Okay, we know that. And I've talked to a lot of these folks that have been on these TV shows, and they're actual friends of mine, Ken and Lyle and Cliff and a lot of these folks. And they aren't. The thing about it is they get wrapped up in these TV shows. That's the reason I turned down 2 TV appearances, because I went back and I got with these guys that's been in that world, and I said, look, I got an offer from this certain channel and this certain channel. I said, what if y'all ever dealt with them? Can you tell me what it's like? And they said, yeah, you won't come out with anything, and half of what you say is going to be twisted. So I'm like, well, that's not where I'm going with it. So that's I didn't want to do it, and that's not really what that's not what I'm in it for, you know. I don't honestly, I don't want to be freaking famous. I could care less about that shit.
Yeah, to me, it sounds like a nightmare. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. All you think we get questioned now? Oh my gosh, But I know those some of those guys have had experiences that they won't talk about. I know they've got evidence that they can't show because it's not their property. So, because I mean, you got to understand the main narrative doesn't want this stuff out. It's to the level right now where they can still write us off as crazy. So.
Well, we're trying to change that. You know what I mean? We're trying to say, listen, so that's what, this thing is like. My approach to what I want to do is fellow researchers to have a safe place to share your information. And we might not agree with everything, but share your information. You know what I mean? I mean, you guys pointed out something. I didn't even see the baby. But anyways, check this out.
Baby.
It's always good to have more one eye, especially when you're not always seeing things clearly. Like, I mean, I started the show. I told on myself, right, gentlemen? I said, oh, that looked like a spirit. I told it was in live. And I find out later in a different picture from a different day that it's a hanging branch. And I had to tell on myself that everybody swallow crow, but that's part of the process. This is